Hey, Lewis, Donald Trump supports women wearing burqas because it's easier. You don't have to put on makeup. And hey, they want the burqa after all. In many parts of the Middle East, through governments and societies run under Sharia law, women are expected or forced to wear different garments that conceal much of their appearance. Sometimes it's just a head covering. Sometimes it's nearly the entire face and body. And during a recent town hall event in Atkinson, New Hampshire, Donald Trump suggested that things would be way easier if all women were wearing burqas. And then he went on, obviously, to mock the tradition. Let's take a look at the video here.
And interviewed. They said, we want to wear them. We've worn them for 1,000 years. Why would anybody tell us not to? They want to. What the hell are we getting involved for? In fact, it's easier. You don't have to put up makeup. Look how beautiful everyone looks. Wouldn't it be easier? Wah. Right? Wouldn't that be easy? I'll tell you, if I was a woman, I don't want to. Wah. I'm ready, darling. Let's go. It's true.
Why is Trump talking so much about Muslim burqas anyway? I mean, why is this such a hot topic?
Well, I would imagine, Dave, that many of Trump's supporters probably want him to institute some type of burqa ban and ban this type of thing. We know what Donald Trump supporters are like. So I'm not Muslim, Dave, and I'm certainly not a Muslim woman. But I didn't find this to be too offensive, him injecting some humor into this.
No, it wasn't offensive in some sense. At the same time, you know, he goes into this whole Muslim women want to wear a burqa thing, which is the same logic as, hey, don't worry about the lack of women in so many fields. They don't want to work in those fields. Well, that may be the case, but it may be that they think they don't want to work in those fields because they've been sort of conditioned to stay away from those fields because of social norms, expectations, and a lack of a good atmosphere in which women might work in a particular field. So this entire women want the burqa thing I find to be really ludicrous, and I'm not for going in and mandating that women can't have burqas in Yemen or wherever it is that they have burqas. My main point here is this idea that, hey, if you ask a lot of the women who wear burqas, they say they want the burqa. I don't know that that's really a good path to go down.
But many of them do. And so what do we, here in this country, what do we say to them? We have to say, okay, you can wear it. You think it's part of your religion. It might not be. It's all arbitrary anyway. If it makes you happy, wear it. But, all we can do is educate people, Dave, and hope that they realize that it's not necessary.
And Lewis, we've talked before about sort of the pragmatic issues with full face coverings, right? I mean, if you go in and you stick up a bank with a face covering, all of a sudden we don't know who did it. So thus, should banks say at the door, you can't wear a mask, you can't wear a ski mask over your head, and you can't wear a burqa either, because practically for security purposes, we just can't allow it. And then we get into violations of religious freedom.
Hey, we don't even need to go that far, Dave. Even something simple as any situation where you need to identify yourself, hand someone your ID and they need to see your face, the veil is going to have to come off because there needs to be proper identification. And so, I don't know what we do in those situations. They have to be willing to identify themselves or they will be refused service.
All right. So Donald Trump not saying anything that is insanely offensive. Why he's talking so much about burqas, I don't know. But the real interesting thing is, hey, women want to wear the burqa, which has so much underlying it that really is important to discuss. I'm on Twitter at @Pakman. Lewis is on Twitter at LewisMotamedy.